New at 5, HUD Secretary Ben Carson is now backing off a controversial plan that could have led to dramatic rent increases for thousands of people in Metro Detroit. Carson's proposal would have hiked rent by 20% for low-income households. The HUD Secretary in Detroit and under pressure says now he will tweak that plan. And we want to know, what percentage of your income do you spend on rent or mortgage? Please go to WXYZ.com/vote and let us know. Meanwhile, 7 Action News reporter Ali Hoxie talked to Secretary Carson and shows you why those increases may still not be off the table.
HUD Secretary Ben Carson tells me the goal of this proposal is to help people get out of HUD housing by increasing the rent. That logic is something Cassandra Crutcher, who has lived in HUD housing for 5 years, doesn't understand.
We stand in this community, first of all, because we don't have, a lot.
The idea behind raising rent 20% on Detroit citizens in HUD housing, a push for self-sufficiency.
Everything that we're doing is aimed at elevating people, at giving people an opportunity, and of removing some of the perverse incentives that have kept people in dependent positions.
What about the people who are opposed to this, who are going to be paying more in rent?
Again, I don't want to address that in a soundbite, except to say that the original rent increases were to make sure that we didn't have to raise rents on elderly and disabled people.
However, Carson is backing off for now, saying other funding has come through and there's no need to increase the rent. If something changes and they revisit the plan, HUD estimates 2 million across the nation would be immediately impacted, with another 2 million impacted over the next 6 years.
It's a lot of people here that work, but that don't mean nothing because they still have to pay the gas, the lights. You know what I'm saying? Take care of these kids.
In Detroit, Ali Hoxie, 7 Action News.